Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here, and welcome to a very special pop update for July 2014. I know that you guys are probably accustomed to seeing my wonderful face before I go into all the details that I have discovered in regards to news about Funko Pops, but I'm doing something completely different because the Pops have officially taken over. That is correct. My collection has been stagnant for the month of July because all the Pops that I'm interested in getting are not coming out until the end of July, even early August, possibly not until September. So until I actually get those to put on display in a video, we're just going to talk about more specials, more variants, and more chasers. Because San Diego Comic-Con is coming, and all the major sites that spew details on Funko Pops have been giving us, the fans, tons and tons of news. So I figured, why do I even bother wasting any time? Let's just get started with all of these incredible things. I think one of the first things that we have to talk about is the new retail that Funko is going to be doing. Yes, they've already started experimenting in a couple of malls across the United States, but if it does in fact catch on, you could buy, with a credit card, Pop figures through Pop vending machines. They look like what you see on the screen here. There's even a YouTube video that shows how it works. I don't know what the selection is going to be like. I don't even know if it's going to be something that's really going to catch on across the United States, but this would be a very revolutionary way to actually sell toys like this. It's sort of like a claw machine or one of those little vending machines that you see in supermarkets that had gumballs and stickers. So that's a very interesting thing that Funko is doing. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. So on to the San Diego Comic-Con. Oh my goodness, where to start. There's so many incredible things to see. The Hanna-Barbera line is coming out, so why not get your Andy Warhol versions of Barney and Fred? There are dual sets featuring these two guys with a crazy splash of colors. Then we can move on to the Star Wars line, as you can get a special blood-stained Luke Skywalker in Hoth gear with a Wampa missing an arm. How about looking at the Buffy the Vampire Slayer line? It turned out that the Vampire Spike is in fact going to be a chaser across the United States. A great addition to that collection is the San Diego exclusive Bruised and Battered Buffy. Toy Tokyo is coming out with a brand new variant of the Batmobile Pop Ride. It features a red Batmobile and a trippy blue and green Batman to go along with it. It will be showing up first at Comic-Con as well as through Toy Tokyo in the future. Probably one of the most exciting San Diego Comic-Con exclusives is going to be the specials of the Ghostbusters. You can get Dr. Venkman slimed along with a metallic Slimer. You'll also get a glow-in-the-dark Slimer as well as glow-in-the-dark Stay Puft Marshmallow Mans in his variant toasty versions as well. But probably the most exciting piece of the Ghostbusters exclusives is a set of all 4 Ghostbusters covered in marshmallow. That is awesome. I cannot deny the fact that I am extremely impressed by that. In the world of comics, we are also going to have 2 new exclusives. Thanks to Fugitive Toys, you will be getting at San Diego Comic-Con only White Lantern, Superman, and Flash. Now, I'm a little curious because of the fact that they're now doing all these variants, if they actually intend on continuing with new heroes. And it just so happens that they will, because in October we're going to be getting a regular Funko Pop of the DC villain Deathstroke, but at Comic-Con you will be able to get Deathstroke unmasked. But these exclusives are not just going to be at Comic-Con. Oh no! Hot Topic, Gemini Collectibles, and Fugitive Toys are still jumping on this bandwagon. Go to Hot Topic and you can get an Optimus Prime with a sword. Get from Gemini Collectibles a variant Hong Kong Phooey with a black robe, or you can get through Toy Matrix Steve Rogers, also known as Captain America, unmasked. And moving on through Hot Topic, you can also get a metallic version of the Vocaloid Hatsune Miku, part of the Pop Rocks collection, and a metallic Beamo from Adventure Time. So that pretty much wraps up all the San Diego Comic-Con specials as well as other variants in retail. I'm sure there's going to be some others down the line, so if I do in fact miss them, I will add them into another video, and I'll call them the specials that I missed. Deal? Good. So let's move on to some new sets. As I have mentioned before, there are a couple of pop sets that people really don't acknowledge as much as others. And I feel that one of them is the WWE Pop Collection. Now, Series 1 is already out, including characters such as Rey Mysterio, John Cena, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, but there is a second series on the way, and it's going to feature guys like Triple H, The Undertaker, and going retro, Macho Man Randy Savage. Even though I probably won't add these to my collection, I am very curious to see how many more of these guys they're going to create, because they can really go retro if they try. Hulk Hogan, Big Boss Man, Jake the Snake Roberts, and of course just recently the late Ultimate Warrior, Sergeant Slaughter, Doink the Clown. So many that you can choose from, and I'm really curious to see just how big this WWE line will go. It also factors into the sports, which is something we'll get back to later. Another forgotten pop set is this brand new set called the Books line. Right now it's only consisting of 2 characters, and it's from the book Where the Wild Things Are, Max and Carol. I'm curious to know if they will add more from Where the Wild Things Are, but I'm even more curious as to what this pop set is going to be. Will we have young adult novel characters? Will we have more children's characters? Little Golden Book characters? Maybe even Dr. Seuss characters? I am really curious about this one more than any other pop set right now, so I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out to see exactly what this will become. Another smaller set from Funko, which is slowly expanding as opposed to others, is the video game line. And we now officially have a brand new one. It is Kratos from God of War. I know that he's already out in retail. He's not that rare to find just yet, but he is an ever-popular character in the world of video games, and once again it begs the question to find out exactly what's going to happen with this line. Will we see more Blizzard characters? Will we see more retro video game characters? More recent video game characters? It's a very interesting set. Another one that I intend to keep a close eye on in the future. And probably one that is really being kept under wraps now. There is only one. I believe he's being featured at the Comic-Con this year, but it is Alex from A Clockwork Orange in the Pop Classics collection. And I am guessing that this is actually going to be something that plays upon old movies. And I know that there are also these little postcards that are being created with Funko characters, and one of the more recent ones was a Charlie Chaplin card. If Charlie Chaplin actually becomes a Funko Pop, Funko is going to have so much more respect from me, because this is a person in film that people from younger generations probably don't even know. So a Charlie Chaplin Pop next to Alex from A Clockwork Orange and more, that would be a real treat for the Pop Classics collection. Another one I'm keeping my eye on. I've already mentioned comic book characters, but there's still a whole bunch more that are on the way. One that's already in retail on the Marvel side is a Phil Coulson from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., fantastic television show. He truly has become an integral piece of the Marvel Universe, and I am very happy to know that he is part of the Marvel Pop Collection. And another line that is entering the world of DC heroes is an interesting one, the Batman Arkham Asylum line. What you see here is the back of the box featuring the Harley Quinn pop, other characters that are going to be released. As you can see, Batman, Joker, Poison Ivy, and Killer Croc. This is an ever-popular video game, and of course it's Batman. Very intrigued by it. The details on them are fantastic. I think that this set may in fact have the best looking Joker so far. Of course, as promised, where would this Funko Pop update be without screenshots from the Breaking Bad and Frozen line? I have to say that I am very excited for both of these lines. These are going to fly off the shelves. I am more so excited for the Frozen line just because I absolutely love all 5 of these characters. The Olaf looks fantastic, and the Anna is probably one of the most detailed pops that I have ever seen. But don't discount Breaking Bad's line as well. There are so many people that are going to get them, and as you can see, there are 2 characters. One of them is Walter White, and the other one is Jesse in their laboratory gear. Those are actually going to be exclusives, so definitely look for them if you want to get the entire set of the Breaking Bad line. Another interesting one is the fact that in late September, we are going to be getting a pop line of the NBC show Hannibal. Now, I am not one that actually watched the show, but I love Silence of the Lambs, but this seems to have a cult following because this show is going into its 3rd or 4th season, I believe. Please give me the correct season in the box below, but this will also feature a blood splatter exclusive at San Diego Comic-Con. And another line that Funko has officially announced is a pop line based on the television show Orphan Black. Now, this is not a show that I'm familiar with. I know that the show exists, but I have never heard much about this show, nor do I know the names of any of the characters or even the actors or actresses that are in this show. So before this pop line comes out, any of you out there who watch my show and follow these reviews, do you watch Orphan Black? What's the show all about and what's it like? Do you think that it's a show that I would be interested in looking at? Because there's a pop line coming, and I'm curious to see what this one is all about as well. I have to admit that someone out there who works for Funko has been watching my videos because this was recently revealed. It's not a pop, but it is a box for a specific kind of pop. It looks like that they are going to go back into the wide world of sports, and they are starting to try and get some rights to the NFL. This is the box for Patriots quarterback Tom Brady, and if you magnify this picture, you will see the rest of the line that they plan on making. I'm so glad that they're going back to sports, and I'm really hoping that this will open up for more lines because I've seen a lot of fan-made pops of soccer players, and I'm hoping that this is one step closer to Funko going to the NHL and trying to get the rights for some hockey players because I would love some hockey pops. But as exciting as this NFL line is, I don't see myself picking up any of these pops that are being offered in the football line because if I'm going to get one, it has to come from my team. I'm a Jets fan, and there's no Jets players here. I mean, granted, I am curious about what the Peyton Manning is going to look like, what the Calvin Johnson is going to look like, the J.J. Watt, and of course the Troy Polamalu with all that hair, because I have heard from Colts and Cubs fan, and I will put a link to their channel below, that they are planning on including detachable helmets with each of these players. So I don't know if that's true, I don't know if it was just a rumor that they heard, but that would be one of the most impressive things that Funko will do with a pop line. So I'm hoping that they will add more players to their NFL line, and hopefully they'll go back to their baseball and their basketball lines as well and add more players to their rosters. So there you go, you get to see my wonderful face after all in this video. Hope you enjoyed watching this July pop update, and I guarantee you that when August rolls around, there will definitely be new pops from my personal collection to showcase, and I'm also hoping that there will be some more great news for new Funko Pops coming out in the rest of 2014. I'm really hoping that after these cons are all over, that Funko is really going to set aside the variants and the limited editions of these figures that have already been created and really get back to putting out brand new lines as well as adding to additional lines. Because I've been taking a closer look, there are some characters that really need to be made. I definitely will give you some more 10 for 12s in regards with that, but for now, thanks for watching this pop update, and remember that actions speak louder than words.